Whitney Tadaro, occupational therapist at Avista Adventist Hospital. This is another one of our series of our community-based falls program classes on video, since we can't meet in person. So welcome back. If you haven't already done our previous classes, we already have classes 1 and 2 posted on this YouTube channel, so it doesn't really matter which order you do it, just alternate them so you get a well-rounded exercise routine. So we're going to start today with warm-ups, but before we get into that, just would like to remind you that you are going to need a sturdy chair. If you have one with arms, that's great. And then a surface of choice to challenge your balance later. You can use a rolled up blanket, or if you have a stability cushion, you could use that, or even if like a hooded sweatshirt. So whatever you have. Maybe some water. So if you need to go get that, just hit pause, go get it, and then join us back here in a minute. So for warm-ups, we're going to just start warming up seated in the sturdy chair. Remember, anytime you go to sit down, that you feel for the chair behind you and you reach back, okay? That way you know where the chair is and you don't fall. So we're going to just start by warming up our neck. A lot of us probably aren't moving our heads in all directions right now, as we're not checking blind spots driving. But it's really important that we do keep that range of motion. So let's just keep them nice and loose. You can bring your ear down to your shoulder. And then the other side. When you're out in the community walking, you need to be able to check over your shoulder for bikers and other walkers to maintain your social distance. Okay, we'll also warm up our ankles and wrists, just kind of moving all the joints. You should be doing this every day. If you're watching TV and a commercial comes on, you can do this. Do some shoulder rolls. Forward and backwards. Really, the backwards ones really help open up your chest. Make sure you get some nice deep breaths. Circulate that air throughout your lungs. You can windmill them a little bit, and then a little bit more. Reach across your body. This way we get our torso and our arms sort of warmed up. We'll alternate kicking our feet out. Again, this is something you can do during commercial breaks. Just keep the blood flowing. Make sure you're getting up and moving about your house at least once every hour. I think I told you in the last video that our family's doing Stop and Give Me 20. When we notice it's 20 minutes after the hour, you do some sort of exercise 20 times. So this is a good one you can do. Or the reaching across your body, or wall push-ups, anything to keep the blood flowing. Okay, then we'll march. Be a little bit away from the back of your chair on this one, okay? So we're just going to march our legs, get them up, get the blood flowing here, up and down, and then we can slowly add in extending our legs out to the side and bringing them back in. Really want to extend the arms up, getting more range of motion. All right, that's good. All right, so we're going to do a class favorite, and by favorite I mean favorite thing to groan about doing. So if you have a loved one at home, you can do this with as a partner with them, or you could do this in the mirror, or you could do it with me. So it's double, double this, double, double that. So I'll go over it really slowly, and then I'll try and do it with a little more speed. So if you remember, we would do this on our thighs, but I'll just do it in the air. So double, double. When we say this, our hands go forward. This, double, double, and then we do the back of the hands. That, double, this, double, that, double, double, this, that. So we'll go a little bit faster and see how it goes. Double, double, this, double, double, that. Double this, double that, double, double, this, that. Okay, let's try it again. Double, double, this, double, double, that. Double this, double that, double, double, this, that. Okay. I'm going to go a little bit faster. If you need to, you can pause, rewind, and practice a few times before we go a little faster, okay? You can just keep looping it if you need to. Double, double, this, double, double, that. Double this, double that, double, double, this, that. Again. Double, double, this, double, double, that. Double this, double that, double, double, this, that. Okay. Ultra speed. Ready? Double, double, this, double, double, that, double this, double that, double, double, this, that. Let's go slow again. Double, double, this, double, double, that, double this, double that, double, double, this, that. Now, you could do it at home, loop it over and over again, see how fast you can go. You could do this over some sort of video chat with your family as well. So just don't actually hit your phone so hard or your computer that you knock it over. All right, so when we get back to class in the future, in the community, I expect everyone to be masters of this by then, okay? All right, so for strength, last time we did regular sit to stands. This time I'm going to be a little bit mean, and we're going to do those partial sit to stands that we do the elevator game to. So let's just do maybe like halfway and full instead of the full elevator game. So again, when we sit to stand, we're not way back here in our chair. We bring ourselves forward in the chair, feet underneath us. If you have a chair with arms, you may use them, but to challenge yourself, I would say don't use them, or maybe just put your hands on your thighs. But the whole point is for you to have a bit of a challenge. So you are here at the chair, you know it's there if you need it, but if you can, don't use the armrest. So let's just go partial, so let's go halfway up, and then all the way up. Halfway down, all the way down. Okay, so you're going to have to gauge where halfway is for yourself, but we're going to do these quite a few times. Okay, halfway up, all the way up. Halfway down, all the way down. And we can do this at home. Anytime you go to get up, you can do this halfway up, then all the way up. You could do it getting up from the toilet. You can do it, just practice a few times in a row as you're getting up. Because as you have to hold, that engages your leg muscles, it gives you strength and more control. Plus, if you start to go back and you think, oh my goodness, there's something there I wasn't supposed to sit on, you can come back up. So even just doing this partial sit to stand is good. Even if you just do up and down, a challenge, give yourself a hug as you do it. Okay. Our next thing we're going to do is some speed work. We did more speed work earlier, or my last class, we did the jumping rope. Monica has some other things she's been doing. This one I want to focus a little bit on using our arms, because it will also help with strengthening. So, we're going to start by doing 30 seconds of jab punching. So jab punching is the one where we just go straight out. Okay, so we'll do that as much as we can for 30 seconds. If you need to modify it by being seated, totally fine. I'm going to stand up just because it's more comfortable for me. So we're going to go for 30 seconds. We're just going to jab as fast as we can. If you have a shoulder issue or arthritis, you don't have to fully extend. Okay, you could do a partial. Like, don't snap your arms out. Just go partial. But the key thing is that we're going to be doing quick, repetitive movements. Pardon me. Okay, ready? On your mark, get set, go. So, quick jabbing. Gotta get that heart rate up. Using our arms. None of us are using our arms these days. Alright, so the next motion we're going to do, instead of jabbing, we're going to do uppercuts. So the same thing, just as like you're getting the guy under the chin. Okay, so please don't actually hit anyone. I don't condone violence, but we'll just go for uppercuts starting now. If you do this in front of the mirror, you can punch yourself. So remember, again, the key thing is to just keep moving. All right. Whew. Haven't done that in a while, guys. All right, and then the last one is, I think it's called a hook or maybe a roundhouse, one of those. We have a participant out there, I know you're watching, who goes to boxing class, and I'm sorry I didn't take better notes in class when you told me. So I guess we'll call it a hook or a roundhouse, but coming around this way, okay? So again, you can do this seated if you need to, but 30 seconds. Starting now. This one's a little bit harder to go fast, but I have faith in you. If you need to, grab some water, and now's the time to grab your surface of choice. So again, I'm just using a rolled up blanket. When we do these activities, I don't want your back up totally flush with the chair. You gotta be out a little bit, and we'll get that good position with our pelvis so we're not slumped. We're gonna bring our bodies up. We're pretending that invisible string is pulling us up to the ceiling, so our spine's in good alignment. Our chest is up and out. Take a couple nice deep breaths. Okay, really feel that expansion. So the first one we're going to do is we're going to do elbows to knees. So we're going to do this same side elbow to knee, alternating. While we're doing this, we don't slouch down, okay? We still try and keep a good posture. Oh, I alternated. We were going to do the same side. Let's stick with the same side first. See guys, I mess up on video just like in class. It's fine. So, same side, elbows to knee. Okay, now let's alternate. Okay, take a deep breath for a second. Reposition. I was going kind of fast. Let's slow it down. The slower we go, the more control we have, and the bigger the challenge. So let's do same side first. Maybe we'll just do like 5 on one side. And then 5 on the opposite side. You can either mirror me or start either side that you want. Okay, now we're going to go slow crossbody. Okay. Now we're going to work on a little bit higher up our flexibility. So we're going to do checking the bottom of shoe for gum or any other unpleasant item. So we're just going to bring our foot back behind us and look. Can't really see. So now we check this way. Okay, this is important. We need to keep our hips flexible. This is how you could also get dressed without bending over your shoe. Okay, it's an important way to keep some flexibility. Okay, other side. Now you may find one side is easier than the other for you, and that's totally normal. This one's going to take a little imagination. Remember in class, I sometimes had different cutout shapes. So we're going to pretend there's a star on the floor. And you can choose if it's easier for you to use the 6-point star, which is like the Star of David. If it's easier for you, you can make a triangle and then a triangle, or a 5-point star, whichever one works for you. But we're going to do trace. So one foot's on the ground, we're in good posture, and the other foot is tracing a star. And so while we're doing this, our core is engaged. We're trying to pull that belly button back towards our spine as we make a star on the floor. Okay, after you've done maybe that was 5 or 6, we'll switch sides. Again, keeping good posture, not letting our body slouch, but staying upright. Good. Okay, now in standing. Some of you have better balance than others, and you may find that you can do this without holding on. I would also recommend doing this next to the counter or the back of a chair. Even if you don't have your hand on it, you can hover above in case you need that help with balance. So the first thing that we're going to do is checking your foot for gum, like we just did. So you can have your hand here for balance if you need it. If you need to put your toe down between the steps, or if you need to modify by just having it back behind you, that's fine too. Whichever is the right challenge for you. So you can do nothing, lift, lift, nothing, lift, drop, check. You can do just behind and in front, or you can do all that holding on, whatever you need. So let's do 5 on each side. So check, 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 check. Okay, same thing other side. So check, 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 check. I haven't been checking my balance either. Good. Shake it up. When you're doing that, do not have a completely straight leg on the other side. Keep a little bend in the knee as you do it, okay? If you're just standing on one leg, you can get a cramp, you can pass out, neither of which are a good thing. Okay, so now we're going to do the star tracing with our foot again. Again, if you need to hold on to something, or if you need to stop between it, or if you need to tap it out, that's okay too. Whatever the just right challenge for you is. Keeping a little bend in that opposite knee. Okay, my knee is bent, my hand is hovering. I'm going to try and do it in the air. You could try and tap it on the ground. The other thing is, this does give you a little ankle movement, and the side that you're balancing on, that's really challenging the balance in your ankle stability there. That's really good. Okay, then similar to how we were doing the knee to elbow taps, this one we're just going to do knee thrusters. So we're just going to lift our knee up between our arms for this one. And then we'll switch. Now we're going to do some walking. I'm going to go ahead and move this out of the way. If you're at home and you need some stability at home, you can use a counter, or if you have a walking stick, a cane, you could even have the cane or walking stick and hover it and not have it down and only put it down when you need to. So the first thing we're going to do is, again, back to the stars. So I'm just going to walk in a star pattern. And this is really important because it makes you go those diagonal angles that we don't often use in walking in life unless we're avoiding an obstacle or we have to take a stutter step because we're going to fall. So we got to make sure that our hips are able to do those motions. So you just walk in a star motion. If you need to do the triangle, like the Star of David, that's fine too. The main thing is you're just moving in diagonal directions and forward and back motions. Okay. Now we're going to do a step and dip. So we're going to stand to one side, and it's like we're sneaking through a window. So we put our foot out to the side, dip. Okay, so step and dip. We're sneaking in a window. a modified squat almost. Go as low as the challenge is for you. If all you can do is this, that's all right. But if you can, challenge yourself to get low. Place your foot, dip your shoulder, rotate your weight to that side. Place your foot, rotate. And then make sure you're bringing that other foot over, because we want to go ahead and have that lateral movement. Okay, now we're going to throw in some arms. So we're going to step, punch, bring the foot over. Step, punch, bring the foot over. Step, punch, bring the foot over. We could do the step, undercut. Step, undercut. Okay. Now we're going to do some of that gait stuff that we usually do in the class along the wall. Sometimes we do the tightrope with some duct tape on the ground. If you have a hallway that you can use or a long counter, that's great. Again, if you need a cane, walking stick, hover hand, that's totally fine. So the first thing we're going to do, I just always love high knees. We're probably going to do this every time. So high knees up. At home, when we sit, we don't move our bodies through the full range of motion enough. So do this to go get your coffee in the morning. High knee it to the counter, okay? The next one I want to do, which is a little silly, is like an exaggerated step. So it's a high knee, kick out, place your foot. High knee, kick out, place your foot. Run out of room. That's okay. You just turn around and do it in the space you have. Okay, and then let's do some butt kicks. Remember, don't lean too far forward while you're doing these. You will fall forward. Try and stay upright if you can. Keeping good posture, pulling your belly button towards your spine. Okay. Tandem walking. So some of you, it's really difficult for you to put one foot right in front of the other. You can have them just close to each other. Instead of straight on, you could have them like a narrow base of support instead of a wide base of support. But the goal is to do a tandem. So, like you're walking the tightrope. If you need to have two tight ropes right next to each other, that's okay. Heel toe, heel toe. It's kind of, also we talk about that Tai Chi walking. Woo! The heel toe. So you place your foot, then you shift. So it's a combination here. the slower you go, the more in control you're forcing your body to be, rather than letting gravity take over. So I know we all want to rush through things, but let's try and slow it down and be in control. We all have plenty of time these days. We can go nice and slow. Okay, now we're going to try and go backwards in tandem. This is trickier for sure, so go nice and slow. If you need to, you can do the airplane arms I talk about a lot. It's a little hard for me right next to the wall, but put your arms out. That increases your balance. So arm out over the counter is perfect. So I'll try and do it this way. See my ankle reflex there? And then also how I had to turn my neck and check and make sure I didn't run into anything. Make sure before you do this, you have picked up everything. I know we have a lot more stuff laying around our house than usual. Make sure there's no computer cords on the floor, dog toys, the book you started reading and gave up on. Again, if you need your feet just to be close to each other, but not full tandem, totally fine. Okay? Oh, I gotta go back. I want to do some of that zigzag walking, so walk out to the side, out to the side. Like when we do the cardinal directions and I say northeast, northwest, northeast, northwest. And then, of course, we have to go southeast and southwest. So you could, rather than turning like I did, you could just then go north to south. But again, this is really important for that hip reflex when you catch yourself from falling. Okay, I'm going to bring the chair back. Okay, for our cool downs, we no longer need the surface of choice. We just need a chair. And again, maybe a little bit out towards the end. We're going to roll the neck again. Do those shoulder rolls. My personal favorite, cross body arm reach. Stretching our hamstrings here. You can point your toes, sort of relaxes it a little bit, and then pull it back up. Try and keep your chest and head up. Some of you might feel that on your low back. Don't stress your back out, but you can bend the knee a little bit if you need to. Okay, so folks, keep moving. Do all of the exercises we put up, rotate them each class, and feel free to send this YouTube video to friends and family, anyone you know who needs a little motivation to keep moving. And yeah, we look forward to seeing you in person, hopefully in the not too distant future. Keep moving.